Hello, and thank you for joining New Jersey Wedding Podcast. We are your hosts, Andrea Pertel and Celia Milton, and we are both professional wedding officiants in the state of New Jersey. And I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Hello, Celia. How are you doing today?
I'm having Monday,
I know, Monday after a holiday weekend.
It's a tough landing.
Right. But what makes this Monday really great is our guest. I've been looking
Oh,
forward
it's gonna
to
be fun.
having Ben as a guest with us for a while now because I've had the pleasure to work with him at a couple of weddings. I know I worked with his company at Whitechapel Projects and worked with him and at the Asbury Hotel in Asbury Park, and I know you've worked with him too,
Yes,
right,
yes,
Celia?
we've had a couple of fun weddings together, and I can't wait. And I do have Ben. I have your introduction that you sent to me, which is hilarious, of course. So we're happy to have Ben Boylan, who is the founder of Non-Traditional Wedding DJs. Um, his group helps engaged couples go from embarrassed by their DJ to proud of their DJ by making minimal announcements and playing customized music. And I'm actually thinking now, I know I've worked with another one of your DJs too, and I loved him too. So, Ben, tell us all about you.
Hi, Andrea, and hi, Celia. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be on this podcast and to talk, you know, to you and to everyone. And yeah, it's just like you said. You know, um, I own a wedding DJ agency based in New York City. We also provide photo booths, but mostly we are wedding DJs. We're proud to be wedding DJs, and we work with couples who are looking for something that is a little different than what you know is has been popular for many years in the New York and New Jersey area. We do many weddings in New Jersey, maybe even half each
Mm.
year, and yeah, we just love what we do. We're all very passionate about it.
Yeah. I like your music, the whole non-traditional wedding DJ part of what you do. Because there's so much good music out there. And how do you work with your couples? Talk about the music, your lists you make, how you decide what music is going to be played.
Sure. So on a broader level, um, it's completely customized, and we're good listeners. We're very interested in what each person who's getting married is interested in, what they like. Are you big music people? Great. We'll sit down with you and go through it and research new types of music that we're not familiar with. If you're not, some of our couples don't listen to music that much, but they want a certain result. Maybe they want a big dance party. So we will try to suss out the type of things that maybe you would like and make suggestions. So that's what we do on a broader level. We ask questions and we listen. Logistically, we provide an online planning form, and we have a number of Zoom calls, usually one or two, to plan to go over that form and to ask questions once again and to learn exactly what you want, what result you want out of your wedding, and come up with a plan of how we can do it.
I
That
love the
sounds easy.
online. You have an online planning form. That seems fun. The couple can sit down together and talk about their music and their vision for what they want for their celebration and fill it out together.
Yes, yes. And that, many couples tell us that, this is the most fun part of planning. Of course, it's fun to plan the ceremony with your officiant,
Oh,
but
you don't have to be kind. Most of them don't think that either.
but
Until we prove them wrong.
exactly. It's look, it all can be fun, but we hear very often, this is really fun. Wow, this is the fun part of planning.
Well, I think that the music is it's so important, not just obviously because people like music, but I'm working with a couple now. They have a very low key wedding. It's like 40, 50 people in a restaurant, and their restaurant people told them to get a DJ because it's really, you're the concierge of the evening. You make things happen in a timely way, and with the different moods that you set. I mean, you can't have dance music from the minute that they walk down the aisle to the end of the party. I mean, you have to have different tones and moods. And I think that that's something, as I remember, I think that's something that you and Joe do very well.
Thank you. Yes, we try. That's our that's a big part of it is setting different moods and smooth transitions between the different parts of the night.
Yes. Yeah, it's not as easy as people think. And people who are going to make their own playlists, I mean, that's absolutely fine, but you need to have a human being who can read the room and do the right thing next.
I agree.
Yeah. What makes you guys different than other DJs? I know there's different vibes with them. You have like the MC DJs, and I don't think you guys are the MC parts. The last wedding I attended, and I see this as a trend, is they did not have their DJ made almost zero announcements. Even the cutting of the cake, the couple went off with their photographer and did it. They did not stop the party. The music kept going, because why would you want to stop the party for that and then have to get the party going again? And it was nice. It was nice instead of the loud, constant announcements or that. But everybody wants their own vibe, so I'm not putting that down. But this is non-traditional. Talk about the difference between those.
Exactly. So our company is called Non-Traditional Wedding DJs, and we get asked this all the time. What makes you non-traditional? And it's two main things. And you basically just hit on it in what you just said. Number one, we make minimal announcements. We speak as little as possible on the microphone, and that really comes into play mostly once dancing starts. Once dancing starts, we put the microphone down. We don't hype people up on the microphone. We don't think it's necessary. The joke that I often make is no one has ever left a wedding saying that DJ didn't talk enough.
It's so true.
All right. So
it's like, yeah.
Exactly. The couples we work with don't like loud DJ announcements. But that being said, we all make announcements. Sometimes we make a lot of them. But it's more instructive things like, now the couple will do the first dance, or could everyone please move into the next room? Things like that. So that's the first thing is we don't do a big MC show, minimal announcements. The second thing is customized music. So we talk to the couple and we listen and we find out exactly what they want. And that's what we do. We don't play the music from weddings in general or from the last wedding that we played. It's completely different. Some of our couples like wedding classics like September and Dancing Queen and I Want to Dance with Somebody, and that's fine. We do that a lot. But some of our couples want something different. We work with a lot of couples who like foreign music. So one of them might have come from a different country or likes old music or new music or club music or folk music, all kinds of different things. And we know a lot, and we have our DJ speak over seven languages, I believe, right now. And we will, research with you if you don't know it, but you might be surprised that we really do know a lot. So yeah, I guess the second thing that is we're music nerds. We really are nerdy and love music.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's great. Yeah. So I think it's so fun for the guests and for us. I mean, we do a lot of weddings, and there are times when I'm standing at the end of the aisle and I hear something come for the processional. I'm like, that is such a great idea, instead of, oh, this again. And I mean, if you've been to 3 weddings in a year, you've probably heard the same 3 songs for people to get down the aisle to. And I don't think there's any reason for that, because that first piece is such a kind of unexpected, kind of underused way of introducing, well, no pun intended, but of like introducing that group of people to that couple's personality as a couple.
Yeah.
Yes, 100% agree. And two questions that we always try to ask couples is, how do you want to feel and what do you want your guests to say? And that's how we try to plan the music. What feeling do you want and what do you want your guests to remember? And that goes for every part of the night, especially the ceremony.
Yeah. I agree
Cool.
with you, Celia. I love it when you're standing there and the music starts and it's like a song you haven't heard, for a wedding before. And then you go, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Perfect for these
I wouldn't
people.
have thought this song is perfect, or the recessional song, oh, what a perfect recessional song, because there's so much great music out there. And that's what I love about non-traditional wedding DJs is they are music nerds. They know the music rather than being like hype men. They know the music. And that I love. I love that because
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a music nerd myself.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
me too. Me too. But I think it's really, it's, for some, I mean, we work with Andrea too. I mean, we work with a really wide range of couples. And, like I'm thinking of this couple that I'm doing, that I'm working with right now. One of them, it's like they don't, the last thing they thought that they really wanted was a DJ because they have this stereotypical idea of what a DJ is going to come and do. And, I think the bride said to me at one point, she says, I don't want my party to be like taken hostage by the DJ.
Yeah.
And I think that's, there's all different kinds of things that are being done for weddings now. And, one of the things that we're hearing over and over again is that, we've got a generation of people who really want the things that they do to be personalized. It's like, there's nothing wrong with Pachelbel's Canon, but that's just not us. And, to have somebody who's, well, how about Jurassic Park, and there's all kinds of great stuff. And I'm sure that's a fabulous thing for a couple to find.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I want to say it's always great to work with Ben and his other DJs because they do always provide a microphone for us, which is really important. So it's
Yes.
important to be part of the team when you show up. And Ben very much is. So when we all arrive to the wedding, it's like, oh, look, I'm working with Ben and I'm working with this photographer and that and stuff. And we all kind of become their wedding team. So we need to coordinate. And I remember, I worked at the Asbury Hotel, something like the rooftop, you absolutely have to have a professional microphone up there. You're up on the rooftop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's important. So thank you for always, setting up for us so that all the guests can hear the ceremony with a good microphone and system.
Yeah. I love going into a wedding knowing at least some of the things are going to be dealt with professionally because you know what, there's as we all know, things can go, I don't know, I don't usually I never say things go wrong, but there are unexpected things that can happen. And it's just beneficial for the overall success of the wedding and for our own stress level that it's like, okay, I think Andrea was telling me a story about a falling arch that you managed to figure out how to get back up with some piece of equipment that you stuck on top of the archway bottom.
Yes.
It's
Do you
like, just let's just get through this. It's somebody's day.
Right.
It's not just like the job. It's somebody's day and it's big and it's expensive. No matter what it costs, it's expensive to them and it's like stressful. And now they're there and they want it to be perfect. And if it takes like, here's my duct tape, go for it, so be it.
Right. Do you remember that, Ben? We were again at the Asbury Hotel and the weather drove us inside and the florist had left and the arch was like way leaning. The coordinator, I thought she was going to have a heart attack. She was, what do we do with this? And there you came out of the blue with some piece of equipment from your stuff and you were able to fix the arch, which was great because that's not your territory, it was just so great. Like you seamlessly went in. It was like, great, Ben fixed it. We got this now.
Well, the guy with the duct tape is always the hero. I'm telling you, you can
Thank
fix
you.
anything with duct tape.
Thank you. Yeah, it was the weighted bottom of a microphone stand, so I had an extra one, and it's like this heavy piece of metal that holds the microphone stand, so I was able to just put it there. And yeah, I mean, we're all part of the same team. The show must go on, and that happens pretty often. Is we all put our heads together and figure out a way to improvise.
What are we going to do? Ben, how many DJs do you have now?
Sure. So, right now we have 10, but I
Wow.
just hired another one, so it's going to be 11. And we
Excellent.
have a Chinese language MC named Cedric, who is fluent
Wow.
in Cantonese, Mandarin, and English. And we have 3 photo booths, musicians, lights, but we mostly do DJing and photo booths.
Fantastic.
That's
That's
great.
fantastic.
Yeah, congratulations. You have even one more, and now I know. I did not know that 7 different languages. So now I know to refer couples to you
Yeah,
for if they, are looking for somebody that can do different languages, for their family.
absolutely.
Well, and
Yeah, we
sometimes,
have
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we have Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Russian, Cantonese, Mandarin. Um, that might be all of them. I'm probably missing one.
So perfect for the melting pot that is New York City, right?
Yeah,
Right.
New York City, New Jersey too.
Yeah.
We do a lot of weddings in New Jersey, multicultural.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting too for the families that, we do a lot of multicultural weddings and, it's fine I mean, we can do that in the ceremony to some extent, but I think it's really just so meaningful when those families get to hear some of the really, traditional fun party music too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's,
it happens a lot. We talked to the couple beforehand, and we asked them, do you want us to play any music, in the language, that
hmm.
of your heritage? And often we do that at the start of the wedding, and the family really responds to it, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice way of weaving in a little bit of tradition even if everything else is non-traditional, just having some of those little like touch points through the ceremony, through the reception, not that everything has to be, I don't even like the word traditional, like the usual, like what people expect. It doesn't have to be that way at all. But I think it's really nice when there's it's like going to Thanksgiving and getting that same stuffing, you know?
Like
Yes, yes.
that.
I 100% agree, and we work with a lot of couples who do want, traditional music, or they want, music that you've heard at weddings many times, or mostly
Yeah.
music for their family. And I mean, the main thing that we mean by non-traditional is it's customized. We're not going to lay anything on you that you didn't ask for. So, couples tell us what they want, we listen, and then that's basically what we do.
I like that. We get that question a lot too with the customized, sometimes couples, they are very relieved to hear that you're gonna know what I'm gonna say during your ceremony. I do
Right.
not go off the cuff and start
Right.
talking
We're not,
about
yeah.
preaching about something. You were like, "What?"
What the heck are they saying up there? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
So
no,
Yes.
when you talk, Ben, I mean, as you're talking about what you do, I can think of many couples that I've done in the past and coming up that think that, oh, if we have a DJ, there's going to be like smoke on the dance floor. And, that we don't want any of that stuff. We just want like great music that suits our personality, where people are going to dance. They're going to be able to talk to each other during cocktail hour. And, I think there's that sensibility that you bring to it that is really important that, people sometimes leave a party like this and they have no idea why it was so great. It's because it's the things that, very often we do in tandem or, you with the venue space that just makes everything seem to flow so organically and perfectly and not like stilted and weird.
Thank you. Yeah,
and they're still gonna leave, with their feet hurting from dancing all night.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the
That's
goal.
that's what we want. We want everybody to be in pain when they leave.
So Ben, are
Yeah.
you still booking for the 2024 season or 2025 season too, I would imagine? How far out do people need to do couples need to contact you?
Well, it's really based on date. What I tell
Yeah.
people is, May, June, September, and October are very busy months. And if you're getting married on a Saturday in one of those months, especially the fall, then
Yeah.
I think a year in
Yeah.
advance is not too soon. And in fact, when you feel ready to start planning and you find a vendor you like, a DJ, but also an officiant or any vendor, go
Yes.
ahead and book them. Don't wait because it's very competitive.
It's
If
very
you're
true.
getting married on a Friday, a Sunday, or a Thursday, you don't have to do it so far in advance. We still have some couples who are getting in touch about 2024 dates, and a lot of
Right.
them we still have someone, but November 9th, September 21st, September 14th in this year, we basically don't have anyone. That's why I'm hiring more people, because we
Yeah.
have at least 6 or 7 dates where we have 10 DJs booked on one day. But
Wow.
we have a lot of 2025 couples getting in touch, and 2026 too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're booking, it's funny. I'm still booking May, and I'm booking 2026. It's really kind of bizarre, but you're very right. People think, well, we talk to these people and we want to think about it. It's like you cannot think about it, because good people who do distinctive work like we do and like you do, we're not for everybody, but the people that we're for are passionate, and they book us right away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
I
Yay.
want to tell to the couples listening today that I will be placing a link to Ben's website. It's ntweddingdjs.com. And it's a great website, lots of photos. I do like the one that is clearly a themed ceremony, a themed reception. We do a lot of those as well. I don't know what the people are dressed up as, but it must some type of Klingon,
It's
Star Wars.
Star Trek. They're doing no, it's Star Trek. They're doing a Klingon fight, and they wore their Star Trek pins down the aisle, and then
Oh my
after
gosh.
they all put on full Star Trek costumes.
I
Oh
saw
my
the
God.
ears and stuff. It looked like fun. They were having a good time, and that's what they wanted, and I love it. And I will also put a link to your Instagram site. So I like your
Thank
website,
you.
and there's a lot of FAQs there, so you can couples can look and read more about you. I love the part that the setup you have a minimal setup. The DJ setup doesn't look like a starship or whatever like that. It's
Yeah,
minimal.
exactly.
It
Yeah.
blends, because it's really about the couple and their vibe and what's going on there and stuff. So for me, that's what I like that a lot. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
so the links will be on there so that you guys can easily click and get to Ben's site and contact him for your wedding or any questions. So I want any last words before we say goodbye from Celia or Ben?
I'm good.
I could say really quick about our website. One other thing on our website is
Yes.
prices. All of our pricing is on our website. If you're in
Excellent.
the same area, you get the same price. Everyone gets the same price. It's on the website for everyone to see.
That's
I like
that's
that.
very important. That's very
Yes.
important now.
Yes, I like that. They don't have to wonder or look around for it. The pricing is right there, transparent pricing. That's very important.
Yeah, it's
Um,
true.
Thank you.
Cool.
Ben, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And I look so forward to working with you more in this 2024-2025 season.
Me too. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Same here. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Me
Okay.
too. Bye-bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Andrea Pertel, owner of For This Joyous Occasion Officiating Services, serving all of New Jersey.
And this is Celia Milton from NJ Vows Now. We cover North Jersey, and we help our couples vow to be different.